a more potent mix of pride and soul-crushing embarrassment than I did yesterday. My 5-year-old Leo has been insisting on doing everything like a big man. We were at the airport. Prime. Everyone is watching and judging territory. When he announced he had to use the restroom, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Mom, I go alone. I'm a big man." Usually, I'd argue. But there was a family restroom right there. And I figured, why not? I stood right outside the door, radiating supportive mom energy. I was proud. I was raising a confident, independent human being. About 3 minutes passed. Then 5. I started to get that prickle of anxiety. I knocked softly. "Leo, you okay in there, buddy?" "I'm a superhero, Mom," he chirped from behind the door. My heart skipped a beat. In toddler speak, being a superhero usually involves a cape made of toilet paper or a flooded sink. I told him it was time to come out. The door swung open. The first thing I hit wasn't the sight of him. It was the smell. That sharp, artificial, chemical, cherry-scented bleach smell that only exists in the deepest pits of public sanitation. Leo stepped out into the crowded terminal, beaming. He had found a mask. He had taken the plastic mesh from the bottom of the urinal, the one holding the bright blue, half-dissolved urinal cake, and he had stretched the plastic over his face. The blue cake was pressed directly against his nose and mouth like a respirator. The blue dye was already smeared across his cheeks and chin. He looked like a radioactive smurf. He struck a pose for the horrified crowd of travelers and shouted, "I'm Blue Man. I save the world." The silence in that terminal was deafening. I watched a businessman in a tailored suit actually gag. A group of teenagers started recording on their phones. I was paralyzed. My big man had just plastered a used public restroom-scented chemical puck to his face in front of 100 people. I had to be the one to peel it off. I had to touch the mesh. The blue stain didn't come off with wet wipes. I had to board a 6-hour flight with a child who smelled like an industrial-strength latrine and had a blue ring around his mouth that made it look like he'd been eating toxic waste. The judgment from the flight attendants? Immeasurable. The look on my husband's face when we landed? Pure betrayal.